What's going on, y'all? Little Mountain Gardener here, and today I'm actually here in my garden bed that I just finished planting and everything. And today I kind of want to show y'all what procrastination gets you. So behind me right here I have my tomato plants right here, and I ended up I was being cheap, and I didn't want to spend the $7 for the tomato cages. So let me show y'all what being cheap gets you. So y'all, what we have here right now is we're standing in front of my actual purple Cherokee, or Cherokee purple tomato plant. And what ended up happening was I let it get so big and I didn't support it. So if you look at it, let me see if I can zoom in. So what ended up happening was my stem ended up splitting right up in here. So you see that my stem split it, and I actually have flowers on this one, and I actually have flowers on this one. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to sacrifice any of them. So what I'm gonna end up going to do, I'm show y'all how I plan to try to correct this and see if I can get it to stay alive. Is this gonna work? I don't know. So y'all, my thought process is on tomato plants, you know, you usually bury them deep, right? So because they have these little hairs on the stem, which each one of those hairs could actually, once it comes in contact with soil, can actually turn into roots. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna pull all this mulch away from this plant. I'm gonna trim up these bottom leaves so nothing's on the ground, and I'm gonna cover it up with dirt. Kind of hill it up and see if it's gonna work. Will it work? I don't know, but I'm gonna give it a try. So like I said, y'all, I'm gonna take my little shears. I'm gonna trim off all these little branches right here. And another thing too, I mean, while I'm doing this, I can actually replant. I take this cutting right here, take some of these off. I can get some potting soil and stick this in there, and it'll actually take root. I'd actually put some rooting hormone on there too, just to give it a little extra chance. Do you really need it? Probably not, but that's how I would do it. Matter of fact, to be honest with y'all, whenever I planted these, that's what I did to these plants right over here. So this is my Mr. Stripey that I have planted over here. So whenever I planted it, I cut the bottom leaves off, took some potting soil and planted them up. So now I got a free plant. This has been sitting in here for maybe 2 weeks now, and it's still going. It needs a little bit of water though, because all this heat has been drying out a little bit. So it's looking a little shabby, but we can fix that. Like I said, with a little bit of water, it'll come right on back. And then I got an extra tomato plant for free. Like I said, for all these bottom leaves that I'm cutting off, you do the same thing with. So let me finish that up, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. So all right, y'all, so now that I got it nice and watered in, what I did was I made sure that I got good stem to soil contact, try to promote as much growth as I can, root growth that I can. All I'm gonna do to this now is make sure that it stays a little moist. I'm actually gonna cover it back up with some mulch, and then that's all. We're gonna let it do whatever it does. So now what I wanna do is I'm gonna take some of these cuttings that I cut off. So I ended up trimming this a little bit more because I didn't want any of my branches like this to actually lay on the ground. I didn't want none of them to come in contact with the ground, because I didn't want to have any kind of disease or anything. Even though I have mulch, which actually kind of helps. But now I want to take some of these cuttings. I took some of the best cuttings. So now all I'm gonna do is take my rooting hormone, which, like I said, you probably don't even need this. I'm gonna use it. Like I said, I've had pretty good results with it. And I'm gonna trim off some of these So I'm gonna trim off some of these leaves, just like this. I'm gonna dip it in my rooting hormone, and I'm gonna take some of my, I'm gonna use potting soil just because it stays moist a lot longer. It has a lot of peat moss and everything in it. So I'm gonna just wet this down, put it in a pot. Make sure you don't keep it in direct sunlight. Keep it kind of in the shade for a couple of days. Let it start to promote new root growth and everything. And there you have it. You got another tomato plant. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I want to say to everybody who watches my videos, subscribe to my channel and everything. I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate all the love and support y'all been showing. And I hope to see y'all next time. All right, bye.